Hello, everyone. Stephanie here, and I operate under the business name of Coach Renee. And for those of you who are new to the group, hello, first off. And I just want to introduce myself to you and reintroduce myself to others. I am a mindset coach and a registered nurse of 19 years, and I work with serious, let me put that in there, serious business-minded women and entrepreneurs, helping you all to grow in your mindset and take action on your dreams with more confidence. What does that mean? Pretty much, I take you through a 4-month program, which assesses any setbacks that you might have, help you develop your goals, and then help you develop an action plan to actually carry out those goals. And I work on time management, organization, and self-care all wrapped up into one. And then at the end of the program, we'll create a plan to help you continue to stay on track once we're done. So today, a part of the program that I do take my clients through is called Decluttering the Mind. So today, I just want to talk a little bit about that because it's not always a negative outlook on life, or we keep hearing negative things regarding us that's holding us back. Sometimes we just got too much going on in our minds, and we can't settle it down. We can't figure out what to do. I am included in that. I am a certified overthinker. Hello, everyone. Yes. And I have to do these things for myself. So if I got to do it for myself, like I said, I want to share it with you all too, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's had some struggles with overthinking. Okay. So here are some things, a few tips that I pulled out of the program. For the rest of them, you'll have to DM me so that you can learn about the rest. But the first thing, as I said earlier, I am a nurse. Even though I'm not practicing, I still assess. I am always still assessing something. So you have to assess yourself first off and see what is going on in the mind. And you can do this a couple of ways, whether you can just sit down and just type everything that's, coming to your mind, or write down a lot of things that you keep thinking about over and over and over again. So you see, what are all these thoughts that's just taking up all the space in your mind that's holding you back from actually carrying out a task? So that's where you want to start with first. The next thing that you want to look at and see, um, is my house a mess as well? Because sometimes I know for me, because I'm like a neat freak in a way, and that kind of comes from being that anal nurse at the same time. But when things get like real cluttered up, whether it could be like a pile of mail or something like that I need to shred and get rid of, or it's just clothes everywhere, something, whatever. But it's cluttered up in my space. So therefore, my mind is now cluttered, and now I cannot function. I cannot function in this organization. And I know there are other people out there like me. So another part of decluttering your mind is you might have to declutter your house. Get rid of the junk. If you ain't used it in a few months and ain't even thought about it, you probably just need to give it away or throw it away or sell it, whichever you want to do. But sometimes we keep too much junk in our physical, personal spaces that is impacting our minds. And a lot of people don't think about that a lot of times. So you want to also do that. You might need to declutter in your personal space and then come back and declutter your mind. And that should give you some leeway to start, to be able to breathe so that you can actually start to attack your action list and achieve those goals. Some other things that you want to consider and think about when it comes to decluttering your mind. What causes you to procrastinate? What are you doing when you're procrastinating? What is distracting you? And this might go back into some of those self-limiting thoughts that you might have. So you might be all gung-ho. You might heard a good word at church or something like that and be gung-ho or ready to go for it. And then you sit down and think about it. And then you start to think like, can I really do it? And all that stuff like that. So that might cause you to procrastinate. Something else that might cause you to procrastinate, and this might be a moment where you just really have to be honest with yourself, is I am lazy. And like, I'm not lazy, but I do have lazy moments. And sometimes in those lazy moments, I am stuck just sitting there thinking about everything I want to do and not doing anything. And you, once again, you're going to have to be honest with yourself. Because if you work with me and I'm your coach, I'm definitely going to be honest with you. And I'm going to ask you those hard, tough questions because I want to see you come up out of that. And I ask myself those same tough questions. And my coach, she asked me those same tough questions. So we're just doing it, doing it, doing it. It just means we love you and we care for you. Okay. So that might be something you need to be real about. Is it just me being lazy, thinking about and talking about everything I want to do or going to do? And then you might have to assess what is one simple thing I can do to overcome this laziness? And you might have to just kind of clear away a lot of what's on your to-do list and prioritize them. Sometimes we're trying to do too much at one time and it just causes us to crumble down and just be lazy. That's why I say I have those lazy moments. So, you know, prioritize what you have to do and then focus on that one thing that's most important and knock that one out. So if it's like, okay, I got to get an oil change, that is your primary focus for the day, go get it. And then you achieve something and you just keep building and building from there. So figure out what it is that's causing you to distract yourself and to procrastinate. Some of you might have to get on your phones with the social media and put the focus mode on. So you're not scrolling all day, TikToking all day, all that stuff like that. You know, if you're on have an online business like I do myself, I still have the focus mode on throughout the day, but I take it off for about 5 minutes so I can go in, make friends, answer any messages, and then I get back off. And if I don't get back off, it's going to cut back off in 5 minutes, whichever way. So that might be something, once again, you got to be honest with yourself. But that might be something that you have to do. So be honest. This will not work if you are not honest with yourself first and willing to put in the work, okay, to declutter your mind. All right. And a couple other things is, do you have enough time in your schedule so that you can quiet your mind down? So is it like as soon as you wake up, you're hitting the ground running, 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 running all day? You don't stop running until you just pass out in the bed at night? So that might be something else that you need to do. Look at your daily schedule and find some time, whether it be 10 minutes to start with, where you can just sit and quiet, sit and meditate, sit and breathe, sit and not think about really anything for that time and give your mind a break. Okay, that is very, very helpful when it comes to decluttering your mind. Because in that moment of peace, in that moment of silence, you'll find a lot of what was running through your head was a whole bunch of nothing. Nothing that you really needed to be thinking of, nothing that was pressing for you to do in that moment. So give yourself that time every day, and you could break it up. Like if you want to have that time for an hour, you could do um, 20 minutes during the day, do some more time in the afternoon, and you can break that up and then do it again at night before you go to bed. You especially want to do it before you go to bed. So you're not just laying in bed still with your mind running, 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 and you're not getting any good rest. So even if you don't do it throughout the day or do it in the morning when you wake up, I highly recommend you doing this before you go to bed. And it's going to require you to turn off the TV, so no background noise. It's going to require you to not be on that phone. Do not disturb mode, vibrate, silence, turn it off altogether, whatever you got to do. Um, yeah, whatever you got to do to have that time to bring your mind down, to calm yourself down and relax so that you can get a good night rest and not be thinking. And that can also help you in the morning. If you do this at night and you get a good night's rest without your mind running, 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 then you can wake up in the morning a little bit more peaceful than you did before. Because sometimes we wake up in the morning thinking about what we left off because we just passed out in the middle of the night. So yeah, definitely, definitely try to do that at nighttime, especially. And then the last thing, well, yeah. Well, I'll give you one more. Like I said, the rest you're gonna have to work with me for because I got a lot more that I can say. But the last thing is really just thinking about what negative thoughts that you think about on a regular basis and how is it impacting you? What effect is it having on you and not just even you? Because sometimes without even knowing it, we end up complaining and being Debbie Downers to those that are around us as well. So take a look at, what keeps playing in your mind and go deeper. Like I said, I assess everything, go deeper. Why am I thinking about this over and over? Who told me that? Did anyone tell me that? Did I just tell myself that? So those are some things that you want to do. So assess what's all in your mind, whether you got to write it out, type it out, whatever. Assess your home. Do you need to declutter your home? Um, Try to prioritize your goals. Have a moment to stop, think, prioritize, just be silent so that you can really focus in on what it is that you really need to get done for that day. Then assess and be honest with yourself. Am I just being lazy? What's distracting you? What's causing you to procrastinate? Do you need to turn off the TV? Put strict time frames on like you might do for your children. Have like screen time for an hour a day, but focus more on your phone so you won't be scrolling all day. Be honest with what's causing you to procrastinate and what's causing you to be distracted. And then make sure you incorporate some time during the day where you just think about nothing and just breathe and just meditate and just relax. Preferably, if you can't do it in the morning or throughout the day, definitely do it at night because it can impact your next day. Okay. And then those reoccurring negative thoughts that you're having, write them down, assess why you're thinking them, why or where they come from, and how are they impacting you and what you're doing, and are they impacting other people as well? Want to think about that too. So I hope that these tips have been helpful for you. I want to hear, how did they work? What changes have been made in your life since you started decluttering your mind? I definitely want to hear. So definitely comment below, let me know, DM me, let me know. And if you're interested in learning more about how to declutter your mind and more ways to organize your time and evaluate your goals and achieve those goals, comment program below or DM program to me and I will reach out to you and we can schedule some time to meet so we can see if we're a perfect fit for each other. And I hope that you all are enjoying this beautiful day because it's beautiful where I am. So I hope it's beautiful where you're at. Happy spring. And I look forward to hearing what good things have happened to you this week because you made the conscious effort to start decluttering your mind. All right. You all have a great rest of your day. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.